Hi, it's Jessica Rector, keynote speaker, #1 best-selling author, and high performance and inner communication expert. Standing inside burnout. Standing inside burnout. You're not really living if you're giving in to burnout. Living inside burnout. Living inside burnout. What do you need to do? Feel brand new so you can live outside burnout. Living outside burnout. Living outside burnout. Whoa. What do you need to do? Feel brand new so you can live outside burnout. Living outside burnout. Whoa, living outside burnout. Yes, I know. If the career as a keynote speaker falls at any point in time, you know what plan B career is going to be. Singer, lead singer, of course. Yes. So you don't need to leave a comment telling me how amazing of a singer I am. I already know. So today we are going to talk about one of my most requested programs, and that is Burnout. Why is it one of my most popular programs? Is because according to my research, 79% of the workforce is in burnout, and almost half of the workforce is in extreme burnout. So this is no longer an employee issue. This is an organizational issue because it is directly impacting your bottom line. It's impacting your employees' health, how they communicate, how they lead, how they build and develop their teams, how they retain employees. It literally is affecting everything. So what are you doing in your organization to help people alleviate burnout? And what are you doing to help prevent burnout that hasn't hit other people? Because the longer you're in an industry, the more burnout hits, the longer it stays, and the harder it is to get out of. So what are you doing to help your people with burnout today? I want you to think of what leads to burnout. What are your contributing factors to burnout? When I do my research, what I do, or whenever I start a program with someone, I do research specifically for that audience. So it's not just general research that applies to everyone. There's about 10 contributing factors to burnout, and those top 3 contributing factors vary on the industry and the type of job you have, which is why I always do research on this specific audience so they can tell me specifically what their contributing factors to burnout are, and then I can take deep dives into those specific areas instead of covering them all, because some of them may not apply to that specific audience. So I'm not going to list all the contributing factors to burnout. If you're in burnout, or you're on your way to burnout, or you know somebody that is, you probably know what the contributing factor of burnout is. There's probably a light bulb. As soon as I said what's your contributing factor, a light bulb that went off, and you can name it right then. So whether your contributing factor is too much work, too much workload, overtime, not making enough money, I want you to think of what your contributing factor is. And then I want you to think of one way that you can help that contributing factor. Meaning, how can you alleviate that contributing factor? So let's say, for instance, your contributing factor is too much workload. Are you doing your best in order to help alleviate or change or tweak that contributing factor of too much workload? So on average, research shows about 3 hours of an 8-hour day is actually used to being productive, to getting things done, and to actually doing work. So 3 hours of an 8-hour day. So that's 5 hours that you're spending in distraction, not being present, not being focused, on social media, on the phone, non-work related activities. So how can you be more effective in your day? Now I'm going to share something with you, and you may be like, duh, Jessica, I know that, but I want you to think, are you actually doing it? Because knowing it and doing it are two totally different things. Just ask any kid, right? Kids know stuff, and a lot of times just don't do it. So buy a calendar. a paper calendar. And I share this with you because I've done this and it's a game changer in my business. And I want you to schedule out every single day. Because what happens is if you say, I need to get these three things done in my day, you will spend the whole day. And as long as you get those three things done, awesome. Whereas if you schedule it and you schedule thing 1 takes 45 minutes, thing 2 takes an hour, and thing 3 takes an hour and a half, right? You will schedule it and you will only use that time plus or minus 15 minutes. But if you say, I got 8 hours to get it all done, you'll take the whole 8 hours to get it done. So I want you to schedule it. It is going to take me 45 minutes to do the first thing. Awesome. Then I'm going to give myself a 10-minute break. And then it's going to take me an hour to do the second thing. Awesome. Then I'm going to give myself a 10-minute break. Then an hour and a half, and then I'm going to eat lunch. And so the only time you can allow yourself to go on social media, to make phone calls, is either on a break or during your lunch schedule. You take out that right there, you will get so much time back in your day, but you have to be very, very disciplined. So put your phone in a drawer, put it in another room, put it out of your sight. So you're not even distracted for a half a second. You're not even thinking, I wonder if someone texted me, and so you go and look at it. Putting it on silent is not good enough, because you will actually just pick it up the phone just to look at it and see if somebody messaged you or called you or anything like that. So you've got to put it out of sight, out of mind kind of thing, and away from you. Better in another room that you have to physically get up to go get it, because you're less likely going to get up to go get it. So I want you to schedule out your day, because what will happen is you'll become more efficient and more effective. You will get more things done in your day, which will reduce that extra workload. You won't have all this work piled up at the end of your day and you'll say, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. You'll be like, I got double the amount done today that I did yesterday, because everything was completely scheduled out. You can leave about 10, 15 minute flexibility in your day in case things do run over, in case it takes an hour instead of 45 minutes to finish the first thing. But I want you to schedule things out, and I want you to do them in priority. The things that you push off and wait to the last minute because you don't want to do it or you don't like doing it need to be the very first thing that you do in the day. Because what happens is if you leave it to the last minute in your day, you're dreading it, and you're having those negative thoughts come in through your mind throughout the whole day. And so you take longer on the first thing, the second thing, the third thing. You take longer on the things leading up to it because you don't want to do that. So if you do it before you even have time to think about it, before it even sets with you, first thing in, first thing out, boom. You get it done, and you have the rest of the day to be thinking those positive thoughts, to be loving what you're doing, and to focus on the things that actually need to get done. So what is your contributing factor? Your top contributing factor to burnout? And what is one thing, just one thing, not 10 things, not 5 things, one thing you can do to tweak, adjust, change, just shift it a little bit, something in that contributing factor category to help alleviate and just decrease that burnout by a little. Because if you're in burnout, you're not going to go from where you are now to out of burnout tomorrow. You're going to have to spend some time, and it's a process, right? So just one thing in one area to help you alleviate burnout. You can find out more about burnout and me at jessicarector.com. I hope you have an amazing day. Take some time to alleviate your burnout starting today, because if you don't, it's just going to trickle, and it's just going to get worse and worse and worse and harder to get out of. And I don't want you in burnout any longer. And if you are not in burnout, but you want to learn how to prevent burnout, stay with us and we'll do that in the upcoming videos. So I look forward to seeing you next time. Have an incredible day. Bye-bye.